How's it going, everybody? My name is Giovanni, and I'm going to be talking about Microsoft Social's responsibility. The four pillars of their policy are support inclusive economic opportunity, protect fundamental rights, create a sustainable future, and earn trust.
To support inclusive economic opportunities, Microsoft is ensuring access to technology, skills, and opportunity. They are trying to close the broadband gap, build skills for jobs, and promote accessibility and inclusion. Millions of Americans actually lack the broadband access, and 49% of people globally don't have access to the internet. So, by July of 2022, which is right around the corner, Microsoft is trying to extend affordable broadband access to millions of people. They are also building skills for jobs. They are working toward digital equity, a future in which every job seeker impacted by COVID-19, employees looking to grow their career, and students preparing for the workplace, and displaced of crisis and affected individuals looking to build their livelihood and has access to the skills, technology, and opportunities to succeed. They are also expanding economic opportunity for all means addressing the disability divided. They are expanding their commitment to the community, to accessibility in our technology workforce and workplace. And they're also protect the public health for AI health, COVID-19 response, and accelerating the impact in the communities by empowering change makers worldwide to support local communities and expand opportunity in rural America. What they're doing for the COVID-19 response is they're actually investing $20 million to advance the research on COVID-19, and they're also investing $40 million to empower those tackling some of the toughest global health challenges with AI and data science sources to help further medical discoveries, uncover global health insights, and increase health equity. They are empowering change makers worldwide by trying to stay committed to nonprofits and humanitarian organizations and social entrepreneurs around the world. The second one is to protect fundamental rights. They want to address racial injustice and inequity by accelerating a justice reform. And what they're doing is investing $150 million into their own, an old culture inclusive to extend how they engage with ecosystems to strengthen the communities of African Americans. And also, they want to accelerate the justice reform. The justice reform is what helps empower communities and drive progress towards a more equitable system of justice and public safety with a specific focus on policing alternatives to incarcerate and prosecutorial reforms. And then the safeguard of democracy is to protect the institutions of democracy and rebuild the journalism capitalism. What they mean by protect the institutions of democracy is that works to that works with campaigns from hacking, increasing political advertisement transparency, defend against disinformation, ensure healthy information ecosystem, and uphold fair and secure electoral process in the democratic countries. And what they're doing to rebuild journalism capitalism is healthy democracies require healthy journalism. So technology has played a big role in the disruptions of news, but it can also help rebuild news business from the decline that accelerated during the pandemic. And what they're doing to support human rights and humanitarian actions is respect and promote human. They're respecting and promoting human rights and advocating for fair immigration. For the past several years, Microsoft has supported bills that reform the U.S. immigration system so that so they can attract and retain skilled, talented, and integral components of the U.S. economy. And they also aspire to be leaders in human rights and a catalyst for actions by others. So they rely on international standards to ensure that business activities respect and promote human rights and that technology plays a positive role. Microsoft wants to create a sustainable future. And what they're doing for that is they're focusing on carbon, ecosystems, water, and waste. For carbon, Microsoft has been creating carbon neutral across the world since 2012 and are committed to being carbon negative by 2030. The goal is to promote and sustainable development and low carbon business practices globally throughout sustainable businesses practice and cloud enabled technologies. For the ecosystem, they're building a planetary computer. Microsoft is building the tools and services to help anyone, anywhere better understand the ecosystem around them today and monitor and model impacts from climate or human behavior. They are taking responsibility for our land footprint by committing to permanently protect and restore more land than we use by 2025. For water, they're being water positive. They want to be water positive by 2030. They are creating and employing tools to help address the world's water challenges, including scarcity, pollution, and ocean health. They are committed to reducing our consumption and replenishing water in the regions they operate. For waste, they want to be zero waste by 2030. They think that every device should be made with an emphasis on sustainability and aim continually to improve all their products. At the facility, they reduce and eliminate waste by reusing materials, source reduction, recycling, and waste is treated with environmentally responsible methods. And the approach is operations, product service and devices, customers and partners, and policy. For operations, they're staying carbon neutral since 2012, and they're actively reducing the footprint of which they are the way they operate. For products, service, and devices, the investment they are making is sustainably to carry out through the products, services, and devices they design their devices from Surface to Xbox with an emphasis on eco-friendly materials. Their cloud and AI services help businesses cut energy consumption, reduce physical footprint, and design sustainable products themselves. Customers and partners are using AI Assure and Assure Hub. Customers can manage their businesses in a way that protects communities, biodiversity, and the planet. They are investing 50 million in AI for Earth to accelerate innovations by putting AI in the hands of those working to directly address sustainable challenges. And the policy they are advocating is to reduce humanity carbon impact, effective manage Earth's ecosystems, advance zero carbon energy, and increase water accessibility and quality. They are actively pushing for greater action in the US and across the world. Lastly, Microsoft wants to earn your trust. And what they're doing to earn your trust is develop and use tech responsible, which is develop responsible AI, regulate facial recognition, and to commit to transparency. They are putting together responsible AI into practice through Microsoft, which they developed AI principles to guide how they design, develop, and deploy their products. The Office of Responsible AI, alongside other internal groups, ensure that they align with these principles. They're regulating facial recognition. New AI technologies like facial recognition have great potential to address societal issues, but can interfere with fundamental human rights if misused, which they've called for throughout the government regulations and adapted to their own principles and practices for responsible use. And they're staying committed to transparency, which they understand that transparency is fundamental to earning your trust. They provide detailed information on how they run their business in reports hubs, which provides a single constellation view of key reports and resources related to their program and progress. And they're staying advanced in cybersecurity to fight digital crime, strengthen digital safety, and promote digital diplomacy. To support digital crime, they are staying investing in cyber crimes and take action to keep their customers safe in digital age. They promote digital peace and support the global development of cybersecurity policies to mitigate risk and advance norms. They strengthen digital safety by technology that can break down boundaries, but they must preserve its safe use, and then there's free exchange of ideas. Microsoft integrates safety by design across their products and services, which they advance digital safety law and policies consistent with free, open, secure internet. They are promoting digital diplomacy and also, lastly, respect privacy, they adhere to privacy principles and balance privacy and public safety. They are building products and services with privacy from the group up and align them to clear privacy principles. They are early supporters of the European Union General Data Protection Regulation and the first major tech company to expand GDPR's core right to all of their customers. And they're staying balanced privacy and public safety, where there is a balance and act between customers' information, private, and the legitimate needs of governments and law enforcement to access information to keep the community safe. They publish principles they believe should govern the way they access personal data. Lastly, some examples of an action that do not align with their policy. Microsoft had to pay $97 million to settle a case with their employees were permanent temps or long-term employees, temporary employees who work at the company for years without getting benefits given to regular workers. So they were just putting them down as permanent temp so they wouldn't have to give them benefits, but they had been there long term and they were just getting the benefits taken away. So they actually had to come down to a settlement of over 8,000 employees, and they won because they were pretty much full-time employees. They were being labeled as perma temps, so they didn't have to give them benefits. And also, Microsoft has been accused of overworking employees and burning them out. So the turnover ratio was pretty high for Microsoft. In conclusion, Microsoft promotes itself as a great company to work for and overall helps the world. While for the most part the company's actions align with its policy, there has been some issues like many other companies. Microsoft at the end comes down to being a great company which is trying to help the world and they're staying committed to their corporate responsibility policy. Thank you.